Box with 14 against Pierce. LeBron. Miami is going to close it out. Ray Allen for three. It's over.
At-bats, 25 home runs, 46 RBIs, but only 2 home runs.
Ground ball to second. Iwamoto's got it. Rays are going to the World Series.
Gave birth to little Mark Harrison Trattner during the second quarter of this game. So congratulations to the Trattners. And we'll see David next week in San Diego. Here on fourth down, the game is going to end, at least for that New England offense, with Brady going down in the hands of Dewan Edwards.
I think John Harbaugh won't have to work so hard this week. All week long, he kept telling his football team how good they were. What you did so well during the season. They did so many.
Going against the current Baltimore team. We've seen that angle 3 years ago. Look at this. Harbaugh's going to do his own. He's going to flip this. And he disappears into a sea of celebration. Bobby Washington shakes hands with his former coach. Brady and Flacco finally meet. I think a lot of people thought New England would find a way to kick in that old magic again come postseason time. It was a strange season in many ways for the Patriots. They got Brady back. They got back into the playoffs, but it ends in the first round, in the wild card round. The Ravens, they were road warriors a year ago.
Nixon ahead of Ralston, who jams Weidman hard into the boards. Puck comes back out to center. Julia fires it back to the line. Knocked down. Knuble to the line with Ward. Knuble cuts in. Backhander. Thomas to save. Scores! Ward buries the puck, and the Capitals have upset the Bruins.
No repeat Cup champion this year. And the Bruins are stunned, and the Washington Capitals found a way throughout this series to get it done.
And right now in this building, they are just now realizing what has happened. There was a moment where they were stunned, and now they are standing and applauding their team, but much more was expected, much more.
Thinking that, but I know his teammates and those Boston Celtics fans are right now.
In a one-run game. That man, Ledet, is the runner at second, and there's a shot into the corner. He won't get around the walk. Scoring easily is Ledet. It's a 2-2 game here in the seventh.
Broken rib.
Game over. Yankees win game 2.
Hard to believe. The highest scoring offense in the NFL by 100 points.
Brady throws, and he's intercepted in the end zone. Gary Williams ices it, and Baltimore is heading to New Orleans.
Playing the situation, Gary Williams.
The man who was on their Super Bowl team in 2000 is battling ALS. He'll be in the locker room to be a part of the ceremony that's coming up. Absolute second half dominance by Baltimore. We talked at the top about same time, same place. This year, different result.
John Harbaugh said a lot of long days and a quick year, and here they are again.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's see this year. I'll come find you.
And how about Flacco? Well, Joe Flacco, 3 touchdowns.
And with it is Marchand, and that one was sent back out by Price and cleared back down the ice. And this will do it. You can hear the Canadians across the way in a relatively silent TD Garden celebrating that they have won by a score of 3-1 and by a series in 7 of 4-3. And it was PK Subban who told Pierre, we will leave Game 7 standing. They are. The coaches and now the players.
Win it on the road. There's not too much applause coming your way, but you sure appreciate those guys on the bench.
And now the crowd begins to applaud the Lakers, and they're also applauding the Boston Celtics. Kareem has fouled out, 29 points and 7 rebounds. And Magic Johnson, who finds redemption, Tommy, as you say, a year later. That Larry Bird's going out of the ball game. Only he knows how much he's been hurt and how it's affected him.
And you know the first thing will be out of his mouth in the locker room to the press? I played terrible. No alibi.
Never use the injuries as an excuse. The Lakers are winning it. 3 in 6 years. LA comes to Boston and wins the world title. And Red Auerbach and Alan Cohen walk over now.
Fastball. High drive into left field. Rice is looking up. She is gone. Home run, Carter. Now that's the art of hitting. He says to himself, the pitcher struck me out on a curve. Is he going to come back with the curve? And Nipper thinks he's probably looking curve. I'll give him a fastball.
Well, that could be. But I just wonder how much effect it had on not being sure of the signs, just what to throw. You cannot make a pitch if you don't.
Still 1-2. And he's hit another one. A towering smash. Rice never even moved. Curveball. And that one went over the screen and landed on Lansdowne Street. So Gary Carter's second home run tonight and the third home run for the Mets. And it is 6-0 New York. Oh, was that thing hit?
Wasn't Rice. It was like somebody poured concrete and made him a statue. He never even moved. It's a breaking ball. And you talk about hitting it a long way.
Darling walked 6. Roger McDowell walked 1. 3-2. And he chased the sinker. Down he goes, and that's that. As Orozco strikes out Rice, and the Mets have caught the Red Sox at Fenway Park, and the series is tied 2 games apiece. There were several outstanding contributors, and they would certainly be the pitcher Ron Darling. There was Gary Carter, who had 2 home runs and a double. Carter, Darling, and Lenny Dykstra at the...
I mean, we'll never see this run again, Jim.
Brady's pass is intercepted and returned for a touchdown by Logan Ryan, the former Patriot. He didn't drop it this time.
No, he didn't. Gets a second chance.
Out at you, no second shot opportunities.
26 straight victories for the Celtics against the Knicks at Boston Garden. 2 minutes plus away from being a race final. Here's Oakland. Nearly threw it away. 1 second. Ewing hits the corner. And you got to know something when that happens. That's an omen.
Well, we knew that Oakley knew that as he threw the ball into the corner, right?
A 14-4 run by the New York Knicks, and some of the fans are starting to make their way to the exits.
Watch how he picks this up. The bench is yelling at him, shoot it, shoot it. And not only does he make it, he makes a 3. Look at Stu. Come on, Stu. Will it in.
First-year head coach Stu Johnson. Larry Bird goes out. 31. This was his year back after the injury year. He'll feel even better next season. Patrick Ewing goes out for the New York Knicks with 31 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists, and 4 block shots. Well, they finally did it. The jinx is over. 26 straight victories by the Boston Celtics comes to an end, and the New York Knickerbockers become only the 3rd team in history.
Much more reserved at the moment. They're loaded for the Angels with 2 outs. Guerrero swings and lines it into center field. It's in for a hit. From third base comes Figgins to tie the score. Here comes Abreu, and the Angels will take the lead. With 2 outs in the 9th inning, they have scored 3 times to take the lead.
Vladdy Guerrero delivers against Jonathan Papelbon. A bullet to center field with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Low fastball hits it on the line to Jacoby Ellsbury. Figgins from third base scores. Right behind him is Bobby Abreu.
Center fielder Hunter towards right center for Pedroia to go the other way. A 1-2 pitch. Pedroia hits a soft liner. Back goes Ibar. The Los Angeles Angels have swept the Boston Red Sox and are headed to the American League Championship Series.
Coming into this game today, the Angels just 2-7 in their postseason games here at Fenway Park. But they scored 2 in the 8th and 3 in the 9th to come back. They have been a comeback team all season long, and Vladdy Guerrero.
And I think it's starting to get
warmer on the field, and the players are starting to feel it.
Starting to get warmer up here.
It sure is.
Vinatieri. Kick goes to Desmond Howard at the 1. Desmond Howard is off. You better turn it on or he's gone. Desmond Howard all the way into the Patriot end zone. As soon as they get back in it, Green Bay takes it away. 99 yards. Officially, we've just been notified the most valuable player of the game is Desmond Howard.
Well, you were right. That's what you said you should have voted for, or I should have voted for.
You vote for who you want to.
No. He was, he changed things around. I think they all did a great job. I think Desmond Howard did, and he's an MVP, and he deserves it. You know who I voted for?
Yep. From a guy who was almost cut in training camp, the first special team player ever to win the Super Bowl MVP title.
And this is what it's all about. Winning a championship.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
The greatest moment of your life. You'll never forget it. They could never take it away.
Bryant looking. Artest, that's a 3. Bang! Lakers by 6 with a minute to play. 20 points from Ron Artest. Under a minute remaining. Wallace back out to Rondo. Rondo looking. Gets it to Pierce. Pierce turns back out. Rondo fakes. Dribbles, puts up the 3. Won't go. Rebound to Sol. Kicks it out to Odom. Odom throws it ahead. The Lakers repeat back-to-back titles. The LA Lakers, the 2010 NBA champions. Game 7.
3rd and 2 from the 3. Another running play. A dive walks in for the touchdown. Colts have taken the lead for the first time in the AFC Championship game.
When the Colts came out and they line up with the running back right behind into the end zone.
I don't even think Peyton's going to watch. Intercepted. Colts are going to the Super Bowl. Marlon Jackson.
Marlon Jackson roaming free.
And he did sneak a peek at the big board. Their first rounder of a year ago, Marlon Jackson stepping in and making the pick and a kneel down. We have just witnessed the largest comeback ever in a conference championship game. Tony Dungy will join his great friend Lovie Smith at the Super Bowl on this historic day. The first 2 African-American head coaches.
Got to be happy about little things sometimes. And a ground ball hit to Randolph. And he makes the play, and the game is over. Danny Heap grounds out. And Dennis Eckersley saves his 2nd straight game, and the Oakland A's have widened it now to a 3-0 lead in this championship series.
Final score is 4-1, and we'll be back at the Coliseum in just a moment. Dwyer at second, Randolph at first. And Terry Cooney arguing with Tony Pena, and Joe Morgan gets into the fray now. And you don't often see a manager get thrown in a playoff or a series. Weaver has, Earl Weaver in the past.
I thought that possibly it was a balk call, and Cooney came from behind home plate. I mean, Morgan is livid, and I'm wondering whether he's ejected Clemens. First of all, the scouting report on the umpires. Yeah, this is a rotation system. You don't get the 6 top-rated umpires, but Terry Cooney is one, if you ask managers and players, has a very short fuse, tends to get upset a little easily, and this is an example of it.
Well, could you believe it? I mean, you say they just threw something out towards Vic Voltaggio.
Well, Clemens, be careful. Clemens is coming after Cooney because I think he just realized Cooney has ejected him. Obviously, Clemens was shouting some things down at Cooney about the questionable balls and strikes.
I got to tell you, even though you're not allowed to do that, in a game like this, you don't throw out a pitcher like this.
You know, umpires used to be like your grandfather. They'd walk away, they'd let you have a say, and let you get it out of your system, but now they're like the spoiled little kid down in the corner of the block, you know, and they get cocky and arrogant, and this is an example of it.
Now, a Red Sox coach and player got tangled up in the dugout now. Question is, did Terry Cooney throw out Roger Clemens?
I can't imagine it wasn't Roger Clemens. If it was somebody else, Clemens wouldn't be the guy trying to get at him. I mean, it's absolutely absurd to throw a guy out in a situation like this, a game of this magnitude.
That could be the only thing that has the Red Sox acting like that, throwing things from the dugout, and Morgan and Clemens trying to go after the umpire.
Now I saw Clemens go to his mouth, and I'm wondering whether maybe the initial call was that Cooney said Clemens went to his mouth or balked or something in regard to that. I doubt they would have this much of an argument over something that minor.
Tony Pena is the on-deck hitter. And a one-hopper fielded by Gallego. The throw to first, and the ball game is over. Champions for the 3rd consecutive year.
Was acquired on the 3-team deal coming from Houston, and Rayford done a nice job as the starting point guard and caps it off with his best game of the playoffs here tonight. Final seconds. 101-82.
Well, also Charles Barkley, who was in the studio before and all series long, said there was no way that the Celtics were going to be able to match up with the Orlando Magic. He's right on his guarantee as well.
Hito Turk.
Giles home with another 3-2. That's hard hit to second. The Astros are moving on to the American League Championship Series. They come from behind to win it in 4 games, scoring 2 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th.
Said about Kenny Martin that he saved our season. Offensive foul on J.R. Smith. Jason Terry makes a run at J.R. Smith. Absolutely swipes there. Terry taking exception. Held back.
That's going to get him ejected, I have a feeling.
The officials will look at it and perhaps will call it a flagrant 2.
J.R. Smith, I believe.
The big locker room.
Way back up now. This will be, barring a penalty on the defense, the final play of the game.
Remember Harbaugh here in Pittsburgh a couple years ago almost pulled one of these off.
Almost. Bledsoe throws it as far as he can. Jump ball, intercepted. Intercepted by Kirkland, and the game will be over. Fitting that a defender makes the final play of the game, because it was defense that told the story in this one. The Patriots with 2 devastating long
points. Wade drives. He hits the floater. 9 of his 23 in the fourth quarter. The bump and the bucket there, and the folks there in Miami sensing that the finals are about to return to their town. Rajon Rondo didn't bother to wait for the final buzzer. Out of there. Saw the writing on the wall, and you see the mutual respect between James and Doc Rivers. The Eastern Conference.
Runners on at second and third with 2 out, the 1-2. Game over. And the Yankees take a 3-1 advantage in this ALCS. And so those who are left here at Fenway Park, watching as the Yankees come part of the way out of their dugout, about halfway out onto the playing field as they wait for O'Neill, Curtis, and Williams to join the situation in the celebration. We go down to Keith Olbermann. Keith.
Thanks, Joe. Principal owner George Steinbrenner of the Yankees joins me just for a moment. Do you have a reaction to this last inning?
It was quite regrettable. I'm sorry that it happened. The excitement level here was pretty tremendous, and it could happen anywhere. I'm just sorry it happened here, because we've been treated beautifully by Boston up till this point. And, you know, people were upset of losing. Their manager was getting my vote for manager of the year. He really invoked it tonight. He incited it, I should say. But, you know, those things happen. So we'll be out here again tomorrow night.
All right.
Okay, Keith.
Mr. Steinbrenner, thank you much. Joe Buck back up.
Strickland falls down, and they're going to let him play it out. There's about a 3-second difference between the shot and game clock. The New Jersey Nets will continue one of the most remarkable one-season turnarounds in NBA history. From 26 wins last year to a trip to the NBA Finals. An amazing story. The New Jersey Nets are in the NBA Finals. Byron Scott and the Nets eliminate the Boston Celtics in 6 games. It's been a wonderful season for the Celtics, a great turnaround, but they fall short to what was the better team in this series. Once again, our